Welcome to the shadow frequency, where the veil between this world and the next grows thin, and the things that whisper in the dark are given voice. From the cryptic candlelit studios, deep in the Indiana forests, your host, Matt Wilson, and his spectral producer, Juniper Ravenwood, unearth the forbidden, the forgotten, and the fearsome. So, still your heart, dim the light, and listen closely. For once you tune into the shadow frequency, you may never tune out.
All right, let's get that floukin'. Hold on, what is that? Why do I hear a football game in the studio? Matt, where's that coming from?
Oh, that? I'm watching an old football game from the early 80s, back when they had the USFL. You remember that league, right?
Nope, that is definitely before my time. Also, are you going to shut that off so we can actually start the podcast?
Nag.
All right, let's see what we've got tonight. Wow, okay, why is there a cracked compass in here? Is this a scorched notebook? And nope, not touching whatever that is.
Careful with that drawer, that thing's got a history.
Now, here we go. Episode 267, Dragon Theory, Evidence and Encounters with Real Dragons.
Now that's a topic worthy of interrupting football for.
Ancient legends, modern sightings, eyewitness accounts, and the question nobody ever really wants to ask out loud.
What if dragons weren't just myth?
Yeah, what if they were real and we just explained them away?
Welcome in, everyone, from the shadows
to the static.
This is The Shadow Frequency, episode 267, Dragon Theory, Evidence and Encounters with Real Dragons.
You are tuned to The Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. Hosted by Matt Wilson, produced by Juniper Ravenwood. With Chris Beach, the darkness continues.
Late at night, when the world quiets down and the shadows stretch long, that's when the old stories start whispering. Tonight, we're pulling something ancient from the depths of the haunted file cabinet, something that slithered through human history like a serpent in the grass. It's not just a fairy tale, it's a question that claws at the edges of reality. What if dragons weren't born from imagination, but from something far more terrifying, something that once soared overhead, breathing fire and fear into hearts of our ancestors? Matt, you've got the file open. What's lurking inside?
Thanks, Juniper. Yeah, this one's got scales that chill the spine.
Yeah.
We're diving into dragon theory, the idea that these massive reptilian beasts weren't myths at all, but echoes of real creatures that haunted our world. Mm-hmm. Picture civilizations separated by oceans and eras, all painting the same nightmare, winged serpents with intelligence in their eyes and destruction in their jaws.
Yo.
Tonight, we'll trace those threads across the globe from ancient carvings to modern whispers. Buckle up. It's going to get eerie.
Gary is right. I can already feel the chill. All right, listeners, settle in. Matt, take us into the shadows.
Thanks for digging into that file cabinet, Juniper. It always feels like it's watching us back. All right, let's crack this open. Tonight's case isn't tucked away under myths or legends. No, it's filed under suppressed history, because dragon theory flips the script on everything we thought we knew. For thousands of years, cultures with no connection whatsoever have described these massive reptilian beings, intelligent, scaled, often winged or serpentine, capable of unleashing terror from the skies or the depths. What if these weren't just stories to scare kids around the campfire? What if they were memories of real encounters, etched into our collective psyche like claw marks on stone? Let's start with the global dragon problem. Imagine this. You're in ancient China, where the long, coiling dragons control the rains and rivers, guardians of the emperor but fierce when provoked. Jump across the world to medieval Europe, and they're there again. Worms hoarding gold in caves, scorching villages with their breath. Head to the Americas, and the Aztecs speak of Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god who flies through the heavens. In Africa, tales of the Grootslang, a massive elephant-headed serpent lurking in caves, echoed the same dread. Even in Australia, Aboriginal stories whisper of the rainbow serpent, creator and destroyer, slithering through the landscape. How do these isolated societies, separated by vast oceans and centuries, all conjure up such strikingly similar creatures? Wings that blot out the sun, scales like armor, eyes that gleam with cunning intelligence. It's not coincidence. It's like humanity sharing a nightmare from a forgotten era, a time when these beasts were real threats, not symbols. Now, picture the ancient art that shouldn't exist. We're talking carvings on temple walls in Mesopotamia, where dragon-like figures battle heroes. In Egypt, the serpent Apep coils around the sun god Ra every night, trying to swallow the light. Flip to Viking longships adorned with dragon heads to ward off sea monsters. But it's the details that send shivers. Medieval manuscripts show knights facing off against beasts that look eerily like massive reptiles, with elongated necks and powerful tails. In China, pottery from the Han Dynasty depicts dragons with claws and whiskers, interacting with humans not as gods, but as living entities. And get this, in the Americas, Mayan stelae illustrate plumed serpents descending from the skies. Their forms so precise, it's like eyewitness sketches. These aren't abstract doodles, they're documentary, as if artists were capturing something they'd seen with their own eyes, or heard from those who had. The consistency is unnerving. Scales glinting in firelight, wings unfolding like storm clouds. What were they drawing from, if not a shared, terrifying reality? Let's turn to the fire-breathing reconsidered. Ah, the flames, that signature horror. But what if it wasn't fantasy? Imagine a creature expelling a chemical cocktail, methane from its gut, mixed with a spark from platinum-rich teeth or even bioelectricity. Real animals hint at this. Think of the bombardier beetle, blasting boiling chemicals from its abdomen to fend off predators. Scale that up to a dragon, and you've got a beast belching ignited gases, scorching everything in its path. Ancient accounts describe dragon's breath as fiery venom, not just heat, but a toxic blaze. In Welsh folklore, the red dragon's flames melt armor. In Japanese tales, the Yamada no Orochi exhales poisonous fire. Could these be misremembered biology? A reptile storing hydrogen in bladders for buoyancy, then weaponizing it? It's chilling to think. What if our ancestors weren't exaggerating? What if they were warning us about predators that turn the air to inferno? And then there's the dragon slayers as first responders. These aren't bedtime stories, they read like incident reports. In England, the Lambton worm devours livestock until a knight in spiked armor slays it. Scandinavian sagas tell of Sigurd piercing Fafnir's belly, the dragon's blood granting him wisdom but cursing his line. In Poland, the wall dragon terrorizes Krakow, demanding sacrifices until a clever shoemaker tricks it with a sulfur-stuffed sheath. Towns dispatch knights like we send out pest control, recording losses in livestock and lives. Why treat them as fact? Because maybe they were. Real predators lurking in mountains or swamps, their roars echoing through valleys, their shadows crossing the moon. The dinosaur memory hypothesis pulls it all together. What if dragons are faded recollections of megafauna that survived longer than we think? Fossil beds in China yield bones of massive reptiles unearthed by ancient farmers who wove them into legends. In Greece, huge skeletons inspired tales of cyclops and dragons. Native American stories of thunderbirds mirror pterosaur fossils found in the same regions. These weren't extinct millions of years ago. They lingered in human memory, twisted by time into winged horror. Phew, that's a lot to unpack. If dragons were real, it changes everything about our history. Juniper, what do you make of all this?
It's got me glancing at the skies, Matt.
Yeah.
Those ancient stories feel too vivid to be pure invention. Creepy stuff.
Totally. In the second half, we'll dig into the modern echoes, sightings that suggest the dragons never fully vanished. Back after the break.
Whoa, listeners, that first half has me rethinking every shadow in the corner. Dragons is real history. It's the kind of theory that sticks with you, making you wonder what's still out there, what's running through your minds right now. Hang on tight. We've got more chills coming. Over to you, Chris.
Sure, Juniper. Quick reminder, folks. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow the Shadow Frequency on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and any podcast app you use. Our home base is shadowfrequencypodcast.com. You can stream every episode there, read our new Shadow blog posts, grab some paranormal merch, and even drop us a voicemail. Let us know where you're listening from, and we just might play it on an upcoming show. And if you're enjoying what we do and want to help out, consider buying us a coffee. We truly appreciate the support. Back over to Juniper.
Time to fire up the spectral cosmic message materializer, flipping the switches now. Let's see what ethereal whispers it conjures from the void. Here's a peculiar missive flickering through the ether.
Message retrieved from the void.
Time to unravel it and hear what our shadowy correspondent has to share. This one says, Hey, Matt and Juniper. After listening for months, I'm finally writing in. I'm Caleb from Astoria, Oregon, where the fog rolls in thick and the nights always carry a strange, unsettled vibe. I tune in late, usually between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., while walking my dog along the waterfront or sitting in my parked car, engine off, watching the river and the lights on the bridge. That quiet, half-asleep hour makes your stories land even harder. A street on Spotify, and your shows become my favorite for thoughtful unease, creeping dread over cheap jump scares, the kind of tales that linger long after the episode ends. My standout episodes are the deep dives into UFO sightings, government conspiracies, time anomalies, and missing persons cases. I especially love when you weave multiple incidents together. Those connections send my mind spinning, particularly when I'm out walking alone in the dark with headphones in. Not the safest choice, but undeniably the most thrilling. Just wanted to say thank you for the incredible work you do. The easy chemistry between you two makes it feel like I'm overhearing a genuine late-night investigation rather than just another podcast. Keep rummaging through the file cabinet, listening from the fog. Caleb, keep the static roll, he says. Caleb, that fog-shrouded vibe in Astoria sounds like a perfect backdrop for our episodes, almost like you're stepping into the stories yourself. Love how you catch those late-night listens. It's exactly the hour when the shadows feel alive. Thanks for the shout-out to our chemistry and those lingering tales. We aim for that slow burn unease every time. Keep those walks thrilling. Stay safe out there. Listeners, if you've got your own eerie encounters or thoughts, drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protimemail.com. All right, Matt, back to you for the deeper dive.
You are tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. The darkness continues.
Thanks, Juniper. That mailbag always lights up the night. Caleb, appreciate you tuning in from the fog. Sounds like prime territory for spotting something unexplained. All right, picking up where we left off on dragon theory. We've traced the ancient threads, global descriptions, art that feels too real, biological hints at fire breathing, slayers on the front lines, and those dinosaur echoes. Now let's venture into the modern echoes, where the sightings haven't stopped. They've just gone underground, whispered in remote corners of the world. If dragons were real once, maybe remnants linger, cloaked in cryptid lore. Think about the winged cryptids reported near volcanic regions. In Papua New Guinea, locals describe the ropin, a massive bioluminescent flyer with a long tail and leathery wings, glowing in the night sky like a harbinger from ancient times. Eyewitnesses swear it's no bird. Its silhouette matches pterosaur fossils, but alive and hunting. Over in the Congo basin, the Mokele Mbembe slithers through the swamps, a sauropod-like beast with a serpentine neck, evading cameras but leaving massive tracks. Fishermen whisper of its roars shaking the water, reminiscent of Chinese river dragons. And in the Himalayas, Sherpas tell of the Yeti, but some tales twist it into dragonkin, scaled guardians of hidden valleys breathing mist that burns like fire. These aren't isolated, they're global. In 2004, a family in Borneo captured footage of what looks like a dragon wheeling through the clouds, elongated body, wings flapping with unnatural grace. Skeptics call it a drone or bird, but locals know better. It's the Naga, the serpent spirit, manifesting in the modern world. Closer to home, the U.S. Southwest, Navajo skinwalker legends blend with reports of flying reptiles near mesas, shadowy forms that dive on livestock, leaving scorched earth behind. Even in Florida, 2024 sightings of a sky serpent over swamps had witnesses describing a coiling body with iridescent scales, vanishing into the mist. It's as if the dragons adapted, hiding in the fringes where civilization hasn't fully encroached. But here's a note of skepticism to chew on. While these accounts are compelling, some experts argue that dragon myths stem from psychological archetypes, our brains wiring in fears of apex predators like snakes, eagles, and big cats, mashed into one ultimate monster. Fossil discoveries fueled the fire. Sure, but without concrete bones of fire breathers, it could all be humanity's way of explaining the unknown. Still, that doesn't erase the eerie consistency. It's something to ponder in the dark. Diving deeper, consider the disappearances. If dragons existed, what wiped them out? Volcanic cataclysms burying their lairs? Human hunters driving them to extinction like we did mammoths? Or did they retreat into the deep earth? Volcanic vents sustaining their heat-loving biology? Reports from Icelandic volcanoes speak of rumbling growls and sulfurous breaths emerging from fissures, echoes of worms guarding underground realms. In China, 2023 seismic anomalies near ancient dragon sites had scientists scratching heads, but locals nodded knowingly. The long are stirring. And the treasure hoarding? Not greed, perhaps, but instinct. Dragons collecting shiny minerals for their platinum-ignited flames or nesting in gem-rich caves. Modern miners in Africa report cave-ins blamed on Grootslang's wrath, with eyewitnesses glimpsing scaled tails vanishing into darkness. It's unresolved, this theory, leaving us with a chill. If dragons were memory, not myth, their absence begs the question, did we kill them off? Or are they waiting, coiled in the shadows, for the right moment to return? As the file snaps shut, one whisper remains: myths don't guard treasure, predators do. Juniper, thoughts?
That's got me skeptical on the modern bits. Drones, maybe? But the ancient stuff, unnerving.
Fair point. Tonight's episode leaves more questions than answers, but that's the shadow frequency for you. Over to you, Juniper.
What a ride tonight. Diving into dragon theory, from ancient global echoes to those lingering modern sightings. If dragons were real, history just got a lot scarier. Thanks for joining us in the shadows, listeners. Drop your thoughts or stories to shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. Check out shadowfrequencypodcast.com and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Rumble for more eerie dives. See you next time for another strange case from the cabinet. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Stay vigilant in the dark, everyone. Good night.
Until next time, keep listening for the frequencies others miss. Good night.
This episode was conjured with a solemn vow to explore the unexplained while remaining bound to the truths that have been unearthed. All interpretations are speculative and offered only for your enlightenment and your entertainment.